Okay, so now that we've done chapter 23, the Tower of Trials, it's actually time to take on the optional chapter that we, unlocked a little while ago, the one that Horace wanted us to go sort out. So we shall be doing that now. And then I think we have some side quests to do. But first, we have another book to read, The Decisive Weapon. Hidden within Lazulis Castle is a weapon of paranormal power. It is a decisive weapon that effectively harnesses the outsider's tremendous power to destroy all in its path. A power such as this, capable of obliterating an entire mountain in a single blast, must be used responsibly. It should be served solely as a deterrent for the protection of the Empire. This weapon should only be put to use in the very gravest of circumstances, where the survival of Lazulis Island itself is at stake. So yes, very, very decisive weapon. Definitely should not be used in anger, although I have the horrible, horrible feeling that it will be. I don't know, just call it intuition.
I hear that mercenary, Zael, tore through the Tower of Trials.
Hello?
None of us could do
I'm kind of just standing here.
Probably an accident. No way a trainee knight could have done
Oi!
that.
Mate!
You're calling the General a liar. You better watch what you say now.
Better bloody watch what you say when I'm, like, 5 feet away! Like, tiny space! Like, seriously! You can see me! What, I don't get the logic of these NPCs. I like to eavesdrop on their conversation. Well, conversations, I should say. But they start talking about me, like, right in front of me, as if, like, I'm not there. It's like, seriously. Hello, here, visible. Anyway, before we do anything, let's head on over to the market. Largely because I think this might actually be oh no, it's because it's the quickest way of getting to the, to where the optional chapter is. Because it is this well right here. Don't think there's anything around here, so let us head on down. Because, you know, we have to clear out this Reptid infestation, because it's not good for Lazulis City. Like, really not good. And so...
Well, this is definitely a cave.
Yep, it is indeed definitely a cave.
Something like this down here. I wonder where it leads to.
That is the question. But it looks like it must have been made by hand.
No, it's looking very, very familiar. Also, I have to say... want to give Yurick a bit more kind of grey rather than black in his ensemble. Well, silver, but it ends up being grey. Just because, you know, I think it suits him. Also, I'm sorry, Lowell, but, no, yeah, I'm very indecisive about my colorations. I'm sorry. Now, pretty much kind of, I think I'm going to change Lowell's design once more, in this particular mission, and then afterwards, no more, because by that point I figured what I wanted him to be wearing, in terms of colours anyway. Now, as with the Reptid cave earlier, best be looking at Going back to get the enchanter. And then let's head on forward. And see what's going on down here. So yeah, this chapter is completely optional, but if you want to be able to get cursed weapons fixed, you aren't going to be able to do it until like the epilogue.
Yeah,
or
let's go.
a later point if you don't do it, if you don't do this chapter now, or near now. Generally before the cut-off point, which I will point out where the cut-off point is when we reach it. But, yes, here we go. Huge, massive open arena. And I see Reptids, but yes, we're in Chapter 24, the Reptid Catacombs. Always fun when you're in the Catacombs. Lots of dead things, generally.
I must say, it's quite the underground kingdom they've got here.
Oh, so I guess all those times we've seen Reptids just appear.
Yep, this place explains how they get absolutely everywhere.
Indeed, I mean, like, seriously, they just kind of take over everything. And very, very well hidden there, Mr. Reptid.
Come back here.
So it's time to go. Oh, that's a lot of Reptids. Either way. Now what I'm looking for is some chests which we need to go and collect. But I will find them, don't you worry. But yes, essentially, nice little plan being sorted out here. And let's put it into action and save Dagran. As soon as I've finished looking around for these chests, which I don't even remember where they are. Oh! Very smooth game. Very, very smooth. Anyway. This is a great little tactic. They're totally not going to find me round there. Particularly large heal circle, I have to say. Or whatever type of circle that was. It was very big. Okay, no, it was a heal circle. He's just a very powerful mage, clearly. And now he's dead. Oh dear. That's ever so slightly terrifying. More of them. Typical. It's never easy, is it? Thank you, Dagran, for getting us in trouble. But we will be absolutely fine. Since when has anything kind of really badly hurt us? Other than the one time that I have died in this game so far. At least I think it was just the one time. I can't remember, really. It's been a long, long time at this point since I recorded this footage.
Looks like we got them all.
So...
Clever old Lowell, eh?
Oh.
Hey, it wasn't that great. I know you love me, but still.
Sometimes you talk too much.
Better than falling for the same trap twice.
It's very, very true. Silly Dagran. Now, essentially what I am trying to do here is find 2 chests, I believe it is, that are hidden, well, not necessarily hidden, but they are located in this arena, and this is like our only chance to get them. However, I really didn't know where they were. I mean, I believe, well, that there is the one chest that is right over here, and all the way at the back, which we definitely want to be grabbing. I believe it actually might be the next area that has the chests that we can see.
Yeah. Careful. They're planning something.
Well, let's just kind of, you know, run for it.
Mine.
And they have mines! This is excellent. Generally a good tactic is to kind of gale across things, because they can't really do anything about that. But it's a nice little trick, as generally I think you can tell where the some of the mines are, because they've got the items to grab over them. So might as well just take the damage and pick up everything. Because it's not like this place doesn't really damage you that much. It's kind of only not. You're generally fine in this chapter. I don't recall it being too difficult in the slightest. Like the most difficult part is the boss, and even then, that's not that hard, from what I recall. Anyway. I have a very bad memory when it comes to certain things. And difficulties of bits of games is one of them. Now, this is... yeah, I believe it's this bit where there are two chests that are hidden just through an entrance. Maybe... oh, chest. Yeah, it's a nice, well, not a nice labyrinth maze, but it's definitely sets out to confuse you and doesn't really let you get your bearings straight. So it does its job as a maze of trying to prevent you from getting all of the loot. But yeah, so you have some chests here that you're going to want to grab. Very useful. I believe that just about covers everything for this area, maybe? Yes. Let's just make sure everyone is in the highest level of armor that they can have with their particular costume. This is something that I will be doing quite frequently, is making sure that all of the characters are fully, heavily equipped, as best as they can be. Oh, it's very helpful, that. Massive boost to everything. You will end up with, like, loads of things that you could put your characters in. Which I am personally not putting them in because I don't want that change to the costume. Because I like these costumes. I think they really do suit the characters that they have them. It just works with them, you know? I can't quite remember what I ended up having Zael have when I first played the game. I think it might have been the leather armor. Maybe? But I definitely prefer cloth armor Zael. There's just something about that coat that's just really awesome and badass. I guess part of it is that you just have the idea, potentially, of, like, in fights, it just kind of whooshing around, and it kind of creates that badassness that it's just always, I always really appreciate in film and games. When you have kind of a costume that has bits that kind of flow with the battle, it's just always quite cool. So, you have 3 Reptid scouts, and what you want to do is get them alone and murder them. Upon murdering each batch, you can then go and take on the team behind them that and none of the other things will attack you, which is very helpful. And you do have to go and kill everything, otherwise you can't progress. I mean, it's quite a long battle, because you have all these different parts to it, but thankfully the Reptids go down really, really easily. I mean, I think it may be because I'm slightly over-leveled. It may also be because they are really, really bloody weak. The boss of this chapter certainly isn't. But the other stuff, yeah, they're very weak.
What's this?
It's an ivory fang, Zael.
Maybe an ornament or an offering?
If it's an offering, maybe it's for that big statue thing.
So, let's make use of this healing bomb. I think we could all do with a bit of health after what happened over there. If I recall correctly, this particular block is even easier, because you can just kind of waltz in and slash, and Bob's your uncle. These Reptids really, really, really do not put up a fight. Even if you are faced with fire and damage circles and poison and everything. Also, thankfully, poison cannot kill you. It'll just take you down to 1 health, and after that, as long as you kind of don't get hit or you heal yourself before you go fighting anything else, you should be perfectly fine. And the heal bomb respawns, so you don't even need to worry about that. Okay, everybody, last batch of enemies to go, so let's chuck a bomb it. Wrong place to chuck the bomb. Go chuck the bomb at them. Murder loads of them at once. Just because you know that just want to be a badass. Blow them all to hell. That sounds a bit dark. Also, Lowell has now learned how to use Blizzard. Which is basically, I believe, a stronger version of
Big statue.
just ice in general.
Is it some kind of god?
Maybe the Reptids worship it.
Maybe.
It is big. Well made, too.
There must be a reason it's here. Let's check it out.
So, yes, on this side there are 3 little
Those
things.
fangs we found must go here.
Yes. Makes sense.
Perfect fit. It's moving.
Certainly not ominous in the slightest.
Whoa, look at that. Stairs.
I have the feeling that this is going to lead to somewhere interesting. Very, very, very interesting indeed. Also, probably going to be very, very smelly. If we're going into the Reptid's cavern, the stink is probably going to be a lot.
Get an eyeful of all this lovely treasure.
Oh,
Seen this
lovely!
stuff before.
Wow.
Are these Gurak markings? This is like a museum.
There's all kinds of valuable things forgotten by history. Makes you think, Humans in Gurak control the surface now, but the Reptids are the ones who remember this stuff.
It's very, very true. Although, you know, now that we do remember it, we could always take it with us.
Maybe we can aim through those bars.
Aha, well spotted. Give it a go. You could probably shoot your crossbow through there.
Yes, so there are 2 Gurak Reptid gladiators through there. And essentially what you need to do is get it over here so that it is alone. And murder it. Because facing multiple ones at once, not quite so fun. And now that he's dead, we might as well just go break cover, and murder the other one. Or, you know, try and be sneaky, and bring him all the way over here. Although, okay, I think he's gonna run back, so we should probably just murder him anyway. Yeah. Death to the gladiators. So, Dagran has now learnt a spirit attack called Death Sentence. Now, basically this is the super-powered attack that your characters can get. So each character, after they've reached a certain point, will have a spirit gauge, which increases when attacking and sustaining damage. And basically what it does is it's super powerful move, which can cause a lot of damage to enemies. It's very useful, and generally what will happen is that you will end up kind of using the command mode and then launching a string of the spirit moves in one fell swoop. Generally because it's just much more convenient to do it that way. Because otherwise you have to wait for the spirit gauge, the command gauge to fill back up, and that can take longer than you would like. Anyway, we can't get into any of these bloomin' things. But there's a summon circle, so let us defeat some enemies and try and get up a level or a few. Just to kind of make the boss a little bit easier on ourselves. Now, I have cut out quite a few of the battles, because otherwise this part, I believe, did go over 30 minutes, so I've cut out quite a few minutes of just beating up Reptids that appeared. They're very, very, very easy to defeat in this room. You really, really, really shouldn't have any problems with them at all. They just go down really, really quickly. Yes, essentially I just wanted to get Zael up to level 34. Just because he ends up being quite close to a level, so I'm just like, yeah, let's go for that. And yeah, so I think we've pretty much covered everything around here. It's time to move forward and take down the boss. And it's quite interesting. Well, not quite an interesting boss in the sense that I was initially going to make, but it's interesting in what it is and one of its moves. One of its moves is annoying as all hell, but yes, you're about to see the wonderful thing right now. There it is. So, this is the Queen of the Abyss. She's huge, she's angry, and she's trying to kill us.
Bloody thing slobbered all over me.
Well, you do just run without any precaution.
Sorry, sir. It won't happen again, sir.
Now, one tactic to defeating the Queen of the Abyss is to throw bombs in her mouth whenever she does that. Because if you don't stop her from eating your party, then she will, she will definitely eat them alive and kill them almost immediately. However, actually getting the bomb to affect, well, throwing the bomb into her mouth is easier said than done, and at the level I am, it's actually just easier to just beat the heck out of her. That was very, very nice and acrobatic, Zael. I have to say, I don't quite know what I was meant to do there. But yes, whilst I died, she went down. It's not a very difficult boss, but it's nice to be able to know that we defeated the Reptid Queen. The Reptid Queen God thingamajiggy dooicky. And that's what good old Horace wanted us to get. So let's return to the surface and get out of these dank catacombs. That's a lot of stairs.
More stairs.
Oh.
I'm shedding pounds just looking at them.
Yeah, right. They're just stairs, you wimps. Come on. 1, 2, 3.
Just stairs, eh? You lost count? I didn't. 3,595, 3,596, 3,597.
I ain't moving. I'll just live here.
You always have the best ideas.
And so Zael and the others eradicated the Reptids and their queen. After their long climb, they were welcomed into a new day by the warm rays of the sun.
Well, thank God we're out of there. Phew. Anyway, it's time to move on. Oh yeah.